Play that music.
Oh shit! I almost heard it. That would have been good.
Really?
Yeah, it started and then it just clipped it out.
Maybe I can get it to go again.
Oh yeah, horny guys.
You are missing the coolest intro ever then, Jesse, because there's nothing more rockin' than the beginning of the Shame on News audio that's going on right now. Alrighty. You hear that now? Guess not.
Yeah, I do.
You hear the music?
Yeah. I was hearing it a minute ago. Just it was really faint, and then like
Wait
I
a
heard
second.
it really loud for a second.
That means
So
wait a
no,
minute.
I hear it right now.
That means Skype fixed the issue. It hasn't worked in 5 months or 6 months.
Well, maybe we got lucky. I mean,
Well, no, but all it means is it's able to trigger the sounds again.
well, that goddamn. Maybe we won't have to deal with Discord anymore. That'd be great.
Wow, yeah, it sounds like you're hearing the sounds again. That's crazy. That's wild. Wow, so Jesse, you can hear this. You can hear this?
I play games where you get fucked to death.
Nope.
Oh, you didn't hear that?
No.
Oh, wow.
It's like now I just hear you, but for
that means you lost it.
I play games where you get fucked to death.
the whole time you were playing the intro, I could hear it faintly, and then all of a sudden I heard it really good, and now it's gone.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, they're back to the back to the problems. What's up, everybody? We are live on Shame on News. It's been a while since we've been live on Shame on News. Jesse has a full-on man erect. I don't want to get us censored already. I mean, I think we already are censored because I couldn't find this on my subscription feed. So I think that even the title of this.
Yeah. An erect man. Like, that shouldn't do anything to us. No.
Yeah, I don't quite understand that one. You know, like why would that be happening? I didn't tag anything either, so that's another. That could be a problem, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a smaller channel. I don't know if that matters. But
yeah, it's good to be back though on Shame on News. It's been a while, so we really had to, come on here because I need to get the hours in, and whatever. So we're gonna do whatever here. And what's up, chat? How you guys doing? Plus, it's good to build up Shame on News again because it also has super chats and things like that. We're not demonetized. Not that it won't be, because, I mean, everything gets demonetized anyway eventually, so it's kind of like, whatever. I mean, that's why we have everything else that I have, so, but whatever. But I figured come over here. It'll be a smaller show in front of less people, but that's okay, because we're kind of just messing around anyway. Did you see, well, let me get my video up so you can see the video at least. Did you see, I'm just going to go over all this different news, and we're going to react to it. There's all these different things going on today. And
right.
I find it hilarious, so we're gonna go over this hilarity. One of them is a tweet by Trump says, "First thing the anarchists did upon taking over Seattle was build a wall. See, I was ahead of our times."
Wow.
What the hell? I mean, this has to be like the #1 most hilarious troll. I mean, that's really a tweet from him. Like, he really said this. Oh my God!
Jesus, I mean that's.
Yeah, they built a wall around themselves with guns.
That's like I don't know. That's like on par with when he would. What was it when they were doing the fucking arguing or whatever, and he goes wrong.
Yeah, this is really funny. Like, I think
it's like on par with that, where it's just like told you.
I gotta believe that even people that hate Trump think this is funny. Like, that's pretty funny. Like, I'm ahead of my time. Look at the wall. I mean, he built one around the White House though too. He's now built one around the White House, and I think he did that before Chaz, so he was also ahead of the Chaz thing with the White House.
Yeah,
and it's really weird. How long until they want the White House renamed something else, like Black House or Everybody House?
Oh my god!
I mean, seriously, I'm not even
the
kidding.
Rainbow House.
The Rainbow House, yeah. I mean, think of how
if you want kids to come, you should call it the Bouncy House. I mean,
listen,
that's what they like kids, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, that's Epstein's Island is called the Bouncy House. Now, I mean, look at the likes it's getting as we're watching the likes count up on this tweet. Now, obviously, I'm all for everybody, equality, gay rights, black. I support everybody. I really do. Of course, I do. But can you imagine what would happen if the craziness of the left side of things right now were to take over the country? Mm-hmm. You would have an America that looked whacked out, man. You would. The White House would be painted red, white, and blue. I mean, no, it would be painted rainbow colors, like you said. All of our breakfast foods and cereals and food products, we're about to lose every African American on the cover. I mean, seriously, even Uncle Ben's, that's a Canadian thing. That's a rice in Canada.
Oh my God.
Uncle Ben is going away because it's seen as like they're like a servant, I guess, and I get the so yeah, that's going away, man. And now we're only going to have white people on all our foods. That's my question. Is that what they're doing? Like,
I think it's hilarious. Like they banned the Aunt Jemima thing, and I'm like, well, but you're still gonna sell it, right? Like it's not even real maple syrup. It's a bunch of fucking poison and bullshit. And you're like, that's the issue. Not that there's a fucking black person on it. You dumbasses.
Well, she was a slave back in the day or something, and then I guess she got hired by the company to like be the spokesperson. I don't know the real I don't know the real story. The bottom line is it doesn't matter to me. Like what matters to me is now what the symbol means, which is just like I love pancakes and Aunt Jemima is great at making them. I don't need to be like, do you know what that really means? Like I don't need to know that because I already know that there was really slaves. I already know that people were treated horribly. Like I already know all this. This is stuff I learned when I was like fucking 9 or 8 or something. Like I already understand how bad everything was. So like going back and changing this now doesn't really matter to me, but if it matters to everybody else, cool. I guess cool, good for you. Let's call it whatever you want then. Call it fucking cancer killer. How about that? Like you said,
my grandparents used to have Aunt Jemima Light. It should have been Aunt Jemima Dark then.
Yeah,
right?
Extra Aunt Jemima forced to cook edition. How about I don't know, man. I guess put a white person on it, I guess. What white person are we gonna put on the Aunt Jemima bauble? What are we gonna call it?
Shit, fuck if I know. Put a NASCAR dude on there.
Put a NASCAR guy on there. Yeah, so they call it Rick.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Ricky Rudd races anymore, but wasn't there a guy named Ricky Rudd? Like Ricky Rudd syrup.
Yeah. He used to drive the Tide car.
There you go. Get Ricky Rudd. We got Ricky Rudd's morning syrup or Ricky Rudd's sunshine syrup. How about that? And that should be all right.
Yeah, fucking. So they're going after Uncle fucking Ben's.
Uncle Ben's, yeah, Uncle Ben's.
Wow, that's. I mean, what the fuck is next?
I mean, that's Canada. Like, so what happened in Canada? Oh, Aunt Karen. It's Costanza in the chat just said it's going to be called Aunt Karen. Oh, my God. That's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, it'd have to be Uncle Rudd, wouldn't it? That's right.
Uncle Rudd, you're right. Crazy Karen. Aunt Karen, yeah. Aunt Karen's maple syrup. I don't know which one.
Uncle Rudd's brown splooge.
What? Oh my God! Maybe we could. I'm trying to think of who we can get to be the face of this. Here we go. How about this lady?
Put Trump on it.
Oh man, he'd be perfect. He'd actually be great. How about this lady?
Wait, let me see what. Oh my God.
Look at her.
Well, she'd blend too much in with the red on the label, I think.
How about this lady?
I have to change the whole fucking label.
Come get some, baby.
Ooh. Is that like a pack of cigarettes on her head? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. This is the
Looks like a pack of Newports like stuck to her head.
She can't. It's like a walkie-talkie to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. A tampon box?
That's to film the cops.
That's to film the cops. Yeah, but it's got no film in it.
Yeah.
How about sexy syrup? And it's just like a hot redhead chick. Like one of these girls. Or this girl. Put her on the fucking
Hey, I'm always good with the red hair. Let's do that. Let's do it.
I'll tell you what, man. These two girls right here, you put them on the syrup, I'll jerk off on the syrup. How about transgender syrup? How about trans Uncle Trans? Uncle Trans. How about that? Put that on the fucking syrup.
You went like on my end. You went like silent for 15 seconds, and I just heard trans.
Dude, the lipstick matches the fucking hair right here. It's pretty good.
Holy Christ! He must have somebody sat on his face during that time.
Oh my God, dude! Someone sat on his face. I'd be on the cover. I could be on the syrup cover. I feel like.
Will you be my maxi pad? Max.
Get on my maxi pad.
Oh, that sounds like Aladdin or something. They're just going to use it and fly away like a magic carpet.
Like how Chaz is named after a WWE jobber from 1999.
Oh, fuck.
I'm part Italian, and I demand Chef Boyardee change its branding. Right?
Yeah,
why don't we just put...
I get with that.
Just put generic labels on everything. Everybody is a wuss. I mean, dude, there's like 5 black people that have been hung, and we're talking about like who's on the cover of our fucking cereals or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like people are. Yeah, it makes you kind of look at things and go like, okay, priorities are all fucked up.
Yo, Sean Hummel, thanks for subbing to the channel, man. What's up?
Yeah.
Hummel, get the rockets, Hummel. It's the Rock. Dude, that's my favorite, man. That's my favorite. That the Rock theme, I can't get enough of that. The Rock theme. It looks like a cell phone, Benjamin says. God damn, I really want some Aunt Jemima pancakes now. Yeah, I really want pancakes.
Pour me a beer. You've got a new subscriber.
Yeah, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do about that?
I mean, I don't give a shit because I use real maple syrup, but you know.
Yeah, real maple syrup is the best. Dragstep, thank you for the sub, man. What's up? A lot of people over.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, a lot of people coming from the Patreon, I think, too. I alerted everybody there.
Oh, cool.
I'm trying to build another new brand over here, and it's hard to figure out whatever to do with anything. But at least this has super chats, so at some point that could help out. So, Corrupted Nation is demonetized, so I want to make sure I feed some other channel that I have worked on. But yeah, bad stuff in those Aunt Jemima shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, it took me a minute to get used to real maple syrup. I was like, huh. And then, like, now I wouldn't be able to eat anything else. But at first, I was like, this tastes weird because it's not all fucking filled with, like, corn syrup and shit.
Right. It's filled with shit. What the hell?
Yeah, what are they going to do about log cabin? Like, isn't that racist somehow, too? I'm sure it is. Has to be.
Why? What? Log cabin?
I don't know. Like, I'm throwing it out there in case somebody wants to make some shit up.
I think it's because, yeah, the blogs are like black dicks, and they're saying that all black people have long dicks, so that's racist.
Yeah. And not to mention, a black person probably built the cabin. Or
right.
Mexican.
Yeah, who knows?
No, but really though, like that's so fucking stupid. Like you would think they would want people like you think they'd be happy that people were like on the cover of things, and it's like nope, get him off. Like the Allstate guy, nope, can't have him anymore. Matter of fact, go out, take all the scenes out from 24. Don't want him. We don't want him to be president. Like that's racist because we said so.
Well, they're also saying they're saying that what the fuck are they saying? Oh yeah, Google and Facebook are censoring Trump's ads or something because they're calling.
Yeah, I saw something about that. It said hate speech or something, or inciting violence, basically.
What the hell did they say to incite violence?
That I didn't see, but I've been seeing it all day. That was going on. I didn't really get a look at anything though.
Don Imus's happy hair, nappy hair syrup. See, it has to be something more derogatory to white people, like Don Imus's rampant racism, or like Don Imus's old dead white guy syrup. I think old dead white. There's a brand right there. That's a brand name right now. Old dead white guy. That's a great brand name.
You've got a new subscriber.
Like, hey, what do you eat? What are you having? What are you eating for dinner tonight? Hey, I'm having some old dead white guy. It even sounds fun, and it's like the cream of wheat or whatever. They remake it from, instead of Quaker State, it's just old dead white guy. Yo, I'm having some. What type of cereal are you eating? I'm eating spaghetti. What kind of food are you eating? I'm eating SpaghettiOs. Oh, I'm eating old dead white guy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, change Fruit Loops to Shoot Hoops or something. Let's get everything black, or maybe right. No, wait, they don't want anything black.
Oh, you're gonna see some wild stuff coming up. I'll tell you that, man. I tweeted it out. I Facebooked it out to everywhere. I said, man, it's coming, man. People have lost their minds so much. Oh, what up, Soundwave? Thanks for subbing over here. People have lost their minds so much in this country. You're going to see... Well, I don't think you're going to see a full... See, people think there's going to be this North and South Civil War. That ain't what's going to happen. What you're going to see is these pockets all over the country constantly at war. People claiming they're going to take over a spot, and then other people countering that. You're going to see videos like... Now, I don't know if this guy really did call him or say N-word. I don't know if that really happened, but I'm using this video as an example of obviously, this guy allegedly called this guy an N-word, and then the guy just beat the shit out of him, right? So, but what I see happening is people just being jumped and beaten, and all the person has to say is he called me the N-word, even if he didn't. So if you got an argument, say a dude did something wrong to you, but he's a bad guy. Say there's a bad guy. Say a black guy is a bad guy. He does something bad to you. All he has to say now is be like, this guy's called me an N-word. And people will believe him. And they'll just be like, oh my God, fucking racist. I hope he gets his ass kicked. And you can have stuff like this going. Now, I'm not saying that didn't happen here. I don't know if anybody really deserves to be beaten down for saying anything, but I mean, even if he did say, okay, well, you kind of deserve something. But imagine if this guy didn't say anything, right? You could probably get away with this because people would just be like, oh, fuck that guy.
That's the scary part. It's one thing if he actually asked for it a little bit, but if he didn't do anything, that's really scary that you don't have... Yeah, that's why it's just as scary than doing this shit with the foods and all this stuff and the labels. It's like, if their priorities are that fucked up, then they're just... Like you just said, they'll take something like that and run with it.
Right, it could happen, man.
I mean, that's kind of scary.
My dog, my dog begs off against my other dog like that, like this white guy on the ground. I don't even know. What do you do now? What's the answer? You fight back? You're a bigger bad guy? I don't know.
Wouldn't it have been funny though if he beat his ass while he's trying on a really nice shirt?
Well, he looked like he was dressed pretty good. It looked like already.
So you're gonna have to pay for that. Fuck you.
Yo, what up, Casey is Raw? What up, baby? I make sure I give you my shout out, man. What's up? But yeah, nobody should be hit. When you start hitting people for that stuff, it's kind of weird. So what's gonna happen? I think it's gonna lead to a bunch of things. You're gonna lead to these little pocket wars that go on throughout. Like you're gonna see. Maybe like there's going to be probably a militia of right-wing extremists or somebody who are going to decide they want to take back those districts in Seattle, and then they're going to clash. You know, you're going to see this stuff happen, and then you're going to see. I think you're going to start seeing people even wearing body cams. I think when you see enough people get attacked for saying that, like, hey, he called me an N-word, and you're like, I did not call him that, and then you're bleeding, you know, in the front of the cops, and like, you know, you're gonna want to wear a body cam, because then you're gonna have to go back and be like, look, this is me, I'm shopping, I didn't say that, you know, like, and then this guy just attacked me. You're gonna, and I'm just using that as an example. That guy might have called him something, but again, nobody should be beaten, like, or whatever. But so, I think you're going to see people wearing body cams. Super chat coming in.
What's up to my fellow saltine crackers out there?
Ooh. Yo, what up to Casey is Raw with the super chat. That's exactly why I went live on this channel and not the other one, since we at least have super chats here. And I got to build up the views over here again. So, we're back over here. What's up? I haven't changed since yesterday. I'm still wearing the same clothes. I got to take a shower, so we're going to make this quick, because I'm going to go shower. My tooth, I'm a bitch. I'm in pain. My tooth hurts. But we got a lot of things to talk about here. You will be called things for anything at this point. The weird thing is, what did the second cop do? Like, this is another thing. Like, what did this second cop do? Like, have you seen this, Jesse, that they're charging the second cop in Atlanta? Like, this is weird.
Oh shit! Sorry, I was muted. Wait, so what is this one for? Which thing was this?
This is the Atlanta guy that got us the cops. The one cop shot him because he ran away and then fired a taser at the cops after he piled.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one. So what was the second cop doing?
He didn't do anything really. So like the guy, the first cop was there. He talked to the guy. He was like, "Yo, what's up? How you doing? You know, you drinking?" And the guy was drunk and whatever. He was out of jail on some abuse thing. So if he got arrested, he'd be going back to jail because he was on a probation for child abuse. And so the guy fell asleep at Wendy's. They pulled the car over. And eventually he goes, I got to wait for my other officer to get here. The other officer comes. He talks with him for like 25 minutes and like administers all these tests, does a blow test. Earlier, the guy cooperated with, hey, let me frisk you, everything, make me sure I'm safe and you're cool. The guy was like, cool, whatever. And this was the one where then, as the cop was like, I'm going to be placing you under arrest now for, you know, drunk driving, whatever. And then the guy starts fighting the cops. He punches the cops, slams one of them. Then he grabs a taser when they're wrestling, takes off with the taser. Then the cops chase him. One of the cops gets the guy turns around allegedly and fires the taser at the cop. And at that point, the cop fires his gun at the guy and kills him. 2 shots hit him. One, I guess, missed. Or one hit him and 2 missed. I don't remember now. It's one of the 2.
Yeah.
But this cop was the other cop, the original one who was there. So he got punched and dropped, and the other cop was the one who really chased him and shot him. And this cop is actually charged with something. I don't. But that's ridiculous. Like I can tell you that I don't agree with the way the police are trained and how they handle things. I don't agree with it. But from every way that the police are trained, these guys handled it according to what the police are trained to do.
And I mean, what are you supposed to do? Let the fucking guy tase you, and then you go down and you crack your fucking head open? You don't know who your kids are anymore?
Well, that's, I mean...
Or he'll take your gun and fuck you in the ass or something?
And I don't get it. Here comes another donation. It's Pussy Lips McGee.
My name is Kane, and I'm donating now.
Have you heard of Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson? He is the biggest Uncle Time I have ever seen. He hates his own race. This black guy is a real piece of shit. He might as well let Trump fuck his asshole inside out. Fuck Jesse Lee Peterson.
What is he? He's a right-wing guy? He's a black guy? He's a right-wing guy, I guess? Is that what you're saying, Pussy Lips McGee? I think I have heard of some of them. I mean, listen, Pussy Lips McGee, thank you, man. There's a lot of, like, very good, smart, black conservative right-wing people who are really smart, and they're being called Uncle Toms, and that's unfair. They shouldn't be called something like that because they are you know, they're just, what are you going to call it, someone that? But there are some people who are out there who just kind of know that they're the minority of the group, so they know they can get popular and big. So they use that to their advantage and pick a side, basically. So if that's what you're saying about him, then I could see what you're saying. I think I have heard that before about him, but I don't know 100%. Jerome's telling me that the cops kicked him and, like, punched him and stuff afterwards.
What, after he was shot?
Let me go look for that video, because that's interesting. I have not heard that.
You know, over all these things, all these violent fucking videos, they just need to put Ben Carson over and say, this is the fruit salad of your life.
Yeah, Ben Carson is against the whole thing.
The 8th is for...
So I just want to show the hypocrisy of everybody, by the way. I'm going to be fair to everybody. The hypocrisy of everybody here is this DA guy, this guy right here. A couple weeks ago, apparently, he called a taser a deadly weapon. So he was trying to say here that, oh, you know, the cop shouldn't have been feared for his life and shouldn't have shot the guy because, you know, it's just a taser. But I guess a couple weeks ago, in another case, he was telling everybody that, you know, the cop shouldn't be using a taser because it's a deadly weapon. So he's all backwards.
Yeah, so whatever fits the agenda for the moment.
Right. He's a lawyer. Okay. Welcome to lawyers, by the way. For the people that are wondering, like, this is preposterous. Well, welcome to the lawyers. Although he's the DA, but that's the same thing, really, isn't it?
Kicking Mr. Brooks, and the possible sentence for kicking Mr. Brooks is from 1 to 20 years. And we actually have a photograph of the...
Okay, so they're saying he kicked him, but we don't have...
Is this him after they shot him?
This is after they shot him, yeah. They're saying that, that the officer kicked him. I mean, if you're a good attorney, you can basically say that you don't know if he's kicking him here. He could be running over to him. What does this show you? It looks, I mean, to me, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not denying that they may have kicked him. If they did, wow. But, you know, and obviously if they did kick him, it's probably because they were so mad that he punched them, assaulted them, and ran away. And they were like,
I mean, the dude's either kicking him or he's stepping over him, like running, like to go to him. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he could be doing one or the other. It definitely looks like a good case for both.
Yeah, it's really you
can't really tell.
You could take this photo and you could say that he's running over to him or tripping over him or running to get him, or you could say that he's kicking him. You could really. I need to see the video of this.
Doesn't anybody have that? I mean,
yeah, you get the video of this. Now, you get a witness. You get witnesses. I mean, that's going to be trouble a little bit for that would help the case a little bit. You can get a witness, but you know, that would change my mind, I guess. But I mean, there's no video of it, and anybody could say this was anything right here. So, not that I'm denying it. If he could have happened, but I'm just going on what I saw, which was
we're trying to be fair with it too. I mean, two
cops were decent to this guy for 40 minutes. And then when one of them announced, I'm arresting you, that's when he assaulted them and ran and stole their taser. Now, he was drunk. He didn't know what he was doing. And this goes back to the whole, like, I don't even like the cops. I don't like what they're trained to do. Me and Leah were talking about, like, how, you know, especially, like, mental patients and drunk people, like, there should be a different way of dealing with certain things. But you don't know what's going to happen, man. The guy seems so... Everybody's like, oh, he seems so peaceful and stuff. I'm like, that's exactly why this was kind of scary. Because one minute he was fine and he was just kind of drunk and you wanted to help him out. The next minute when you announce you're going to arrest him, he flips out, you know?
Well, I mean, yeah, because you got to look at it from his side, too. He probably thinks they're talking to me this long or whatever. Like, I might be able to talk my way out of this.
Yeah, he thought he was going to get out of it. And when the cop said no... And right then he realized, oh my God!
And that's gonna scare everybody. Like I think, like black, white, whoever. Like if you know you're going back to jail and you're drunk, you might do something. Or that's when people run. That's when people do the like the high speed chases. Half the time it's because they're going off of a bench warrant or something stupid. They don't want to go to jail again.
Yeah. This is a see the thing about this one to me is way more tougher like than anything, and the fact that people on the left or right will just call it one thing or the other. It's like, man, this is a very gray, like, sort of situation.
Gray area,
It's a very tough
and
situation.
nobody wants that. Everybody wants to be on one side or the other, and it's like, too bad. Life isn't that way.
The people that are supporting the cops will say, yeah, it's pretty easy. He's a criminal. Like, that's pretty easy. People on the left will say, he didn't deserve to be killed, and he's got a kid. And it's like, all right, well, but he's in jail for abusing kids, and so you can make all these counter arguments to each other.
Yep.
But really, like, it comes down to me, like, we need Star Trek. We need Star Trek lasers. We need to create Star Trek phasers. Because if they could have phasered him, I mean, but then the next thing you know, he hits his head after he gets phasered, and then now he's dead.
Well,
he hits his head.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about with him. If he would have shot the cop, that could have fucked him all up. And it's like, I don't know. It's
I don't know where
anyway.
to,
like
where does this end? I mean, because I even said, trying to be my hippie self, I would have walked the guy home and just given him a ticket for the car, or towed the car or whatever. And I would have just walked the guy home and be like, hey, man, let me walk you home, or jump in and I'll drive you home so you get home safe. But we're going to have to take the car. We're going to have to write you a ticket for that. But let's get you home. I already got your car. I know, whatever. Write him a ticket or write him a DUI, write him a ticket. I don't know. But the law says you got to take somebody in like that, kind of. So it's like, what do you do? But say you cut him a break and you bring him home. It's like you don't know where does it end with what you're supposed to do. I don't know, dude. Like, I mean, so at least if the cop had shot his legs, he'd maybe be all right. But then what happens when a cop uses the laser gun that just incapacitates people and is more accurate than a taser? Like, how come we don't have things that fire that electrocute you? Like how the taser, it has to be like connected to itself, and it's kind of stupid. Why don't we have other stuff that just takes you out? Like, boom, take you out. But then again, like I said, the guy falls, hits his face, cracks his head open, dies. Now you're still in trouble.
And oh shit.
Oh, what's up, man? Your call Pete itself.
No, I would say, did you see? First I saw it on Facebook Live. Somebody was actually live there when it happened, and then I saw reports, and it was like, I don't remember the race of the dude. I just know he wasn't black, and like he was standing on top of an ambulance, and like for 4 hours, like on I don't know what bath salts or some shit. And they took time with him. They took like 4 hours to get him down. They were just sitting there talking, and people were like, "This wouldn't happen if he was black. He'd be shot and dead."
Right.
And it's like, I don't know what to fuck. I'm like, yeah, or did they? I mean, it's different every like sect you go to, or every like part of whatever city you go to. I'm
Right.
sure it's different for every cop, or every. I think this was actually ambulance, but
yeah, no. Scott Frame makes a good point. This is what we were talking about, that they charged the guy like immediately, and the mayor said a few weeks ago the taser is a deadly weapon. Yeah, so a couple weeks ago a taser was a deadly weapon. Now it's not a deadly weapon. Now it's, he fired a taser at the cop, so that's not a big deal. He should have, shouldn't have needed to kill the guy. Well, which one is it? Somebody needs to decide if a taser is a deadly weapon or it isn't. So we need to clarify that right now, because everyone's lying about what it is or isn't. It's crazy.
It's definitely a dangerous weapon. I don't know if it's. I mean, what's more deadly is how you hit the ground.
Yeah, a taser is a dangerous weapon that can be deadly. That's the answer. It's a dangerous weapon that can be deadly. So
it's like the rubber bullets. I've seen some clips of people getting hit by those. They're fucked up. Like they got to go and have surgery and shit because they're getting clipped with these rubber bullets in the fucking face.
Oh yeah, dude. The bullets. If a rubber bullet can hit you in a spot and you just get a bruise, and you're like, oh man, I got fucked up. But if a rubber bullet hits you in the, like say you open your mouth, or you get hit in the teeth and you get your teeth bashed in, or you get hit in the eye and you die like the people have, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Let's go back to Hype Hogan is in the chat. You can just Skype.
This is what
you can just Skype us, man. You can Skype or call.
Dude, this is why smart cops just, even if they don't have a dog, they go, "You better stop running. You're gonna get bit."
Yeah.
Even if I've seen them do it when they don't even have a dog, and I'm like, that's perfect. Like that's brilliant.
Yeah, that is.
Nobody wants to get chewed in the ass.
If I was a cop, I would have put him in handcuffs already. I would have been like, hey, for your safety and our safety, like, hey, I'm just put you in cuffs, all right, man. I'm gonna take.
He might have ran quicker. Like,
yeah, maybe. What do you do? What do you do? You gotta be. It's a very hard thing. It's a very tough. It's a very tough thing. I think obviously the George Floyd, the cop that kneeled on George Floyd's neck for 9 minutes, that cop, I thought 100% that cop's like needs to be charged, and that guy's a murderer. That guy murdered this guy, or like didn't care that the guy was dying. And he's on his knee. That was horrible. That cop is a mess. But these cops, like, this is a whole different situation, but it's being treated as if it's the same. So I'm confused, man.
Well, and just a couple, like, before the Floyd thing happened, like, there was a lot of cops that were not taking people to jail. They were writing them all tickets because they didn't want to overpopulate the jails with corona.
Yeah.
So what made them pick? I mean, so take them in? Do we not? Like you were saying, should we cite them? Should we? I mean, they obviously didn't know what they were doing yet because they spent, what, 45 minutes with the dude?
Right.
I
don't know. I guess you still can't take calls while I'm on with you. It's weird. I don't get Skype, man. It's so dumb.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you used to be able to take a million calls. We used to have like a party of people on Skype all the time. Now it does this thing where you take a call, you add it to the call while you're here, and it won't add the call. It's crazy how Skype has just died.
Yeah, it was like, now Skype was always fucked, but this is just terrible.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Like, so I tried to take your call, man. The guy who called, it might have been the Hogan guy who donated. But it's not working right now. But I'll try to take your call in a few minutes, man. Maybe we'll switch over to Discord. And
I mean, if I bounce out.
What was that?
And
Sounds like you did bounce out.
fuck, there you are. I'm like, God damn it, dude! Man. I can't win, dude. Discord, Skype, like,
yeah, your Skype just went to hell. That was crazy.
I'm like,
this
will work great on Friday. Fuck.
Yeah, you just went to hell. All right, let me play a donation while we're breaking up.
Super chat.
We getting more vids on here instead of corrupted?
The Soundwave, what's up, Soundwave? No, you're still gonna get everything on corrupted, but I'm gonna be try to do a little bit more over here. Probably
Super chat.
I have a club called Salting Crackers. Who's in?
Oh man, yeah, I'll show up to that. Casey is raw. Casey, I will show up to that party, son.
Pour me a beer. You've got a new subscriber.
Josh Hampton, thanks for subbing, man. What's been up? You liked the intro music though, Jesse. You know you liked it, right? That music was like really fired me up, man.
Yeah. What I could hear of it.
It's really firing me up. Let me see if I can make you hear it again.
Super Chat Party.
Joe, how can I be a guest on your pod?
Hype Hogan. Normally, Hogan, I'd put you right on, but there's something wrong with Skype. In a few minutes, we'll get you on, though. I'll tell you to call back in a few minutes, and we'll get you on. And you can come on, man, whenever. We'll talk or whatever. Whenever you want. Just let me know. You can email me, too, joecronenshow@yahoo.com. We are live on Shame on News. Hype Hogan. Thank you, Hype. I just like that music. I got to play it all the time. All right, Hype Hogan, thank you, man. What else we got? Oh, we got a couple more coming in. Let's see what else comes in donation-wise. Betty Crocker has won, though. Yes, she has won. She's the only one left.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
Like I continue to say over and over again, we have set the bar so low in this country. Don't be surprised when law enforcement is afraid to do their job because they don't want to be in the next one under the microscope. I hope all of these cops walk off.
ShiBUM.
A lot of them are.
Have fun when every part of the country is like the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. Enjoy your fuck up of a liberal utopia.
Yeah, it's very dangerous right now. Unapologetically right-wing. What's up, unapologetically right-wing? Chances are we probably disagree on a lot of things. Unapologetically right-wing. We probably disagree on a lot of stuff, but you know what? You're right. Because this is a mess. What they're doing, this overcorrection is gone way too far. Like, it's such an overcorrection of some things go wrong, now make everything go wrong for this other right reason. Wow.
Yeah.
Woof.
I saw somebody posting something about that earlier, kind of like to what the last guy said, and it's like, what's next? Teachers? Like, who's our next target?
Antifa stole Joe's Utopia idea. I don't think so, man. My idea was great. I had a great idea that was like nice. And by the way, my idea only works based on like people wanting to live there and agreeing to the idea. It doesn't work on we're gonna force you to turn into that. That is horrible. Like that is definitely not my idea. You know, my idea was like the idea of like people that agree to that going to a planet and starting that idea. You know, and people being able when they grow up to leave the planet. Maybe somebody's like, you know, I don't like this utopia-ish idea. I want to go to Earth where like I think I could become a millionaire on Earth and I can do so much more. I'm going to get out of here. I'd be cool with that. You know, my utopia was totally voluntary. Like you cannot, you know, it's not the same thing at all. Those people are nuts. What they're doing or whatever. No. My utopia is a happy place.
Yeah, they go like, I want to go back to Earth and rape people. They're too voluntary here.
Yeah, I could never get away with that here. Yeah.
Jesus.
I wanna go back to Earth.
Oh God.
It'd be like a video game in my utopia too. When you cause a crime, you know, you get the warning. You get maybe a second one, and then like on the third one. Then on the third one, depending on how bad the crime is,
it's like Demolition Man.
Yeah, exactly. And then the more you get more rights taken away, like you're really fucked. Like if you rape somebody in my utopia, like we just send you off into your own planet. Like that's it. Like I mean,
it's like an exile planet.
Yeah, and I'm not talking. You know, if you're drunk and some other chick's drunk and you lean over and she's asleep and you start like rubbing her like stomach and stuff like that, like we're not talking about that. You know, maybe you get you get in trouble, but you don't get, you know, you're fully taken away. But if you just forcibly, like, abduct or grab some chick and she's like, what are you doing to me? And he's like, shut up. Like that.
I didn't volunteer for this.
Yeah, that guy is going away to a different planet called Rape Planet. And everybody there is a rapist. It'd be great. Once states defund the cops, the government will be paying the cops' salary. Then cops will be the army patrolling the streets. Could be that way. Could go that way, Alan Quills.
What I'm sort of hoping goes down is that eventually you have cops and people standing together in protest instead of cops against people and people against cops and shit.
Well, you're already seeing that. You're already seeing protesters show up to support the cops now. So, but that's what I'm saying is like you're not going to see like civil war, like we all get on sides and then go do battle. You're going to see more like chaos, like little pockets of war zones happen all over the country. You know, like basically like you're gonna see that. You're gonna see like cops attacked and then people show up to back the cops and then other protesters show up and then they start fighting the cops. Then the cops want to leave and then they're there and then the protesters are there and then most people go home, but like the really crazy people stay and then they fight with each other and they try to stop the people from burning down someplace. And then they're fighting and they're shooting and there's martial law and the cops are there too. It's just it just turning into like a war zone basically. Like basically you're going to see like the response to the George Floyd video, right, is that they burned everybody protested and then people burned stuff down and things get destroyed and whatever. And now you're seeing all these wild changes of all these things changing and things happening. And now you're seeing other cops who are doing something that isn't quite in the same vein as the George Floyd thing. They're in trouble for stuff, and so many people are in trouble. So now you're seeing that. Now you're going to see the overcorrection from the other group of people, right? You're going to see the other people overcorrecting now for the cops. So this is what happens. You know, you get Obama for 8 years, which, you know, and then you get Trump for however many years it's going to be. So, and after Trump, now you're going to get something crazy. You know, something else is going to swing from the other side, and you're seeing the other side swinging now, and it's how extreme both sides are swinging back and forth now that's terrifying.
And that's like 3 hanging jokes.
Yeah. Well, Tommy wasn't kidding. I by the way, I know who did it to these people.
And they're going out for some hangings.
Yeah, that's Tommy. It's going to be. Oh, here comes the donation. It's Jaff94.
Hell yeah.
Lots of polls amongst millennials and those under 30 are pessimistic at their future. That's why we have less kids. Maybe the protests were a combo of racism and global corporation consolidation killing us for years. That's why most protesters are Gens.
Are Gen Z. Yeah, I think that's part of it, Jaff94. I think it's also like how much they see in the media and social media. I think that
ShiBUM
they're seeing more than anyone.
Solve this one for me, Joe and Jesse. The media, the government, state, local and federal told us citizens we couldn't go outside because we would cause irreparable damage to folks because of a pandemic, but somehow it's okay for people to gather in mass protest.
I agree, man. And here's the thing: I'm a science-based person. Like I agree. I disagree with all of them. I think they're all doing the wrong thing, James. Like I think, dude, you shouldn't be in groups right now.
I don't know. I think the asymptomatic thing you can almost throw out the window at this point.
I don't think you throw it out the window, but it's possible. It's very. It seems like it's rare.
That's what I'm kind of hoping is that so much shit happens that things start to come out like, the truth starts to come out. Like, okay, what do you really know? Oh, you guys don't know shit. Okay, good.
Yeah, that's basically, that's what we're finding out. I mean, like, even when Fossey said, like, a while back that we didn't need masks, you remember, I was ranting on that. I was ranting that, they're just doing this because they don't have enough, and they're worried that the nurses and doctors don't have enough. Now they come out and say that. It's like, we knew that all along. They lied the whole time. I get why they lied. I totally get it. I get why they lied, to protect the nurses.
Fuck that Fossey fuck.
Yeah, that guy is. There's nothing.
He's a big part of
the system.
Gross.
He's been in there.
This whole goddamn thing.
He's been part of the AIDS stuff. I mean, you wouldn't. There's something really sick about this whole thing, about these people, and that's why some of this stuff's happening too. Is because we've been saying this for years, especially the last year. Nobody trusts anybody. Nobody trusts the government. Nobody trusts our leaders. Are all gone. Where are they? We don't even know. They're making backwards decisions left and right. 1 minute a cop is let free for doing something bad. The next minute we're arresting cops for doing what they thought they were supposed to do. Like, we're all confused by what's going on in the world.
You said something about social media a few minutes ago. I think that's a big problem. It's a good thing in some ways, but in a lot of ways, I think it gives everybody this entitled feeling that everybody's voice matters, like to the nth degree.
Yeah,
so like you can blow shit up real quick because everybody's voice matters now. So you don't arrest the cop because he was wrong. No, you arrest him to shut the people up. That's what's scary about this. They're just doing whatever people want. If you get enough people bitching about something.
Yeah, I
doesn't even have to be right.
Social media is a major problem because what you're seeing is all the situations everywhere. You're seeing them, or you're seeing manipulated versions of them, and you're getting angry.
Yeah, that's the scarier part, the manipulated version.
Like, I think about how mad I was when I was young. Like when I was like 16 to 23 or 22, I was really mad at stuff. Like, I was like a lot of these people. Like, I was like, oh man, there's so much racism and people are just scumbags and the right wing people are nuts, and I hated all that stuff. And if I had been 20 years old or 18 years old and I'd been subject to Twitter and YouTube videos and all the videos that we're seeing everywhere, oh my God, dude, I'll tell you what, man, I would have been a dangerous person because I was already kind of like an amped up kind of, like, I wanted to be a hippie, but I was angry. Not a hippie, but, I want to be a peaceful person and stuff like that, but I was angry at what I was hearing or seeing from certain things. And, now when I look back, I'm like, I had some of that right. I was right about a lot of things, but I took it too far and I was too mad. I was doing the things, I didn't make a lot of sense in many ways. And so it's like, imagine if you were that age, but now, during all this, like while your brain's not fully developed and you're not quite sure what you're doing and you're all this mad, I would have done some crazy shit, dude. I might have been down. I might have been down at those rallies, you know. I like angry. I don't know. Like that's the thing, you know. I might have been like a fucking like. I don't think so, because in the end, I think I'm a person that wouldn't do something like that. I think I would be a lot of talk, not a lot of action. You know, I'd be down there maybe angry, but I don't think I would really assault somebody or throw things and break things, really. I mean, maybe I'd chuck a bottle through a window from far away if I thought no one was looking or something. You know, like I would definitely do that, but
but you're making sure no one's looking, so it's like,
yeah, like no one's like,
ah.
yeah, I'm literally back when I was 20 or 19, I would have been the coward who's like in the back of the group that throws the fucking bottle over everyone that hits the cops, you know, from way behind when no one's like knows where it is. I wouldn't have been the guy in front like trying to fight him. I'm just being honest.
Be like, he did it.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, oh. No, I just would have been like, oh, they'll never figure out who did it. But yeah, so like I never did that stuff back then, but I was angry. So like, imagine if you'd seen this stuff back then. I would have been.
You know what you should do? You should put on your apocalypse mask and fucking go out there and just like record shit and like get like real protests and shit. See what's like really going on, but like wear your mask the whole time.
Oh, yeah, definitely, dude. That'd be hilarious. I'd draw something on the mask. Oh, my God. I want pineapple pizza now. Yo, Volterra Chan, thanks for subbing, man. What's up? We'll get that on, baby. Jesus Davila says I would start looking for pineapple pizza. I would start looting if they put pineapple in my pizza. Dude, I love pineapple pizza. Like, I love pineapple pizza so much, dude. Like, I can't even tell you.
Don't take much to get him going, shit.
Dude, I might even order some now that you said that. I might order some fucking... I'm ordering pineapple pizza. That's it, dude. You just... And now that my tooth feels better, I'm doing it.
Do you still, like, put it in the fucking oven again?
Yes. I'll still do it, yeah. I'm not really that worried about it because, to be honest... So after I didn't say this yet, but after my tooth the other day, which I took all kinds of risks yesterday, right? Like I broke everything. Like me and Leah legitimately have been in this house for like since February. We have not moved since the end of February. We have not moved out of this house. We haven't seen anybody, right? Like her dad came over a couple times, but we weren't, we didn't get right. We stayed away. My mom comes to visit, but she stays in like the car and waves to the kids, like all these things. We have not gone anywhere or done anything, right? So we're talking 12 to 14 weeks of complete isolation. But yesterday, I went to my dentist, had to go in the office, see everybody, sit down, let them go in my mouth with all these instruments and things. Okay, we're done. See you later. I go to the other dentist. I go to a different dentist in a building, go in. He's going in my mouth with all these things, doing these things. I come home.
Is he wearing like the welder's helmet?
Yeah, they're wearing like full-on gear. Like they're wearing like the funniest stuff. They're wearing like the little like glasses, protective goggles over under face shield, with all this other stuff over it. It was crazy.
Like
So, and then after that, we really haven't eaten out much at all. We've had pizza twice in this whole time, and that was it. And I said we'd stayed away from anything else. We haven't been eating any McDonald's, anything else. Stayed away from sushi. I had McDonald's the other day too. That was the other thing. So three or four times I've ordered out in the past since February. But I said Leah wanted sushi really badly. We hadn't had sushi in 4 months or something like that. And I said, you know what? I want something because my jaw's in pain and I'm gonna do something cool. And I said, F it, let's get sushi. So that, you know what I mean? Like sushi, there's no, like they're making it right there. And then they're putting it in a thing. There's no cooking. With a pizza, you stick the wooden thing in the oven, you pull it out, you stick it in the box, you cut it, and you close the thing, and that's it. And it's hot. Like the virus probably won't survive on the pizza. No one's really going to touch it after it goes in the oven. So way less likely anything from a pizza. Now they're saying it looks like it's almost impossible to catch it anyway from eating food. So that's the other thing. It's more likely you would touch the food's coverings that somebody touched and then rub your eyes and maybe. But so it looks like, it looks like eating food pretty much. But I don't believe anything. So I just assume that everything's got it. You just assume that. And then, you know, but I had the sushi the other day. So not only did I eat the raw fish, which could be dangerous, right? Anyway, and then I did all that stuff out in the day. So, you know, hopefully I won't get anything. Hopefully I don't have corona.
You should have worn your fucking mask to the dentist and they'd be like, I can't get to your mouth. Figure it out.
Yeah, you can figure it out.
I'm not fucking taking this off.
Yeah. And then he's like, well, we can't get to your mouth if you don't take that off. You know what to do. And just keep saying stuff like that to him. And then get like belligerent to where the cops have to come. And then
God damn.
And then I go, and when we're taping this whole thing, and then I go, don't call them, they'll kill me, I'm black. And then but I'm
just
white.
Confuse the hell out of them.
Yeah, just confuse the hell out of these people. Oh my God, that would be funny. Let's go back.
ShiBUM.
Donation coming in.
One thing I will say is a lot of Generation Z sees through this more than you think. A lot of my friends have admitted to me in recent weeks they are turning conservative because of all this. These are hardcore liberals. Him talking about awakening is happy.
Yeah, James, that's something you're going to see a lot of right-wing people turn, yeah. I mean left-wing people turn. I mean, I think that's already been happening. Look at me. I mean, I'm not turning to the right because I don't like the right or the left, really, but I definitely have turned more to my own center and my own independent.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So that's happened to me, and I was
to go from one to the other really doesn't do much good because you're still full. They're still full of shit.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
if you at least, you know, like you said, go into your own self and see what the fuck do you think is really happening, or what do you really feel? Like that's what matters.
But one thing that they did do is upheld the DACA stuff. We didn't really talk about that. That was the news that I really had up was DACA. Sigh of relief. The courts ruled against what Trump wanted, which was, I guess, basically, okay, DACA recipients deserve closure and finality surrounding their status here in the U.S. Johnny Bravo 88, what's going on? Thanks for the sub, Johnny. Yeah, I'm glad. I think that I'm glad this happened. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm glad it happened because this was an Obama ruling. But I did not want these people who came here to get an education or these, you know, to have to just go back to their country. Even if they did decide to get rid of it or whatever, like, I would have still thought you would allow the people that were already involved in it to continue. And then just cut off new stuff. DACA recipients deserve closure and finality surrounding their status here in the U.S. Unfortunately, today's Supreme Court decision fails to provide that certainty. Wolf said, the DACA program was created out of thin air and implemented illegally. The American people deserve to have the nation's laws faithfully executed as written by their representatives in Congress, not based on the arbitrary decisions of a past administration. So that I guess I can agree with is that in the first place, the way it was put in was questionable, but I think the way a lot of stuff is put in is questionable. There are 643,000 DACA recipients, according to a recent court document. More than 800,000 people have had DACA status since the program was created 8 years ago, with many holding different immigration status now. You know, I don't really know enough about it. It sounds like it was put in illegally, and like it's really something that shouldn't have gone the way it went. But you know, I just don't know enough. It sounds ridiculous. Opponents say the ruling is disappointing and outrageous. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is one of the frustrated with it. We're disappointed by the decision. But it does not resolve the underlying issue that President Obama's original execute order exceeded his constitutional authority. And that may be true. You know, if that's true, which it sounds like it could be, then they need to figure this out. But I wouldn't throw out the people that are already involved in this.
Yeah, that's
sham.
what I was going to say. Why get rid of,
even if the program,
you already got them in a process.
Even if this program is a sham or is wrong or should be voted on again in a correct way, I would be down for that. Redo it. Now, maybe it gets voted in anyway. Maybe we end up doing it anyway. But make sure you do it the right way, the legal way. You know, that's what I'm hoping. But I also hope that the people that were promised something don't lose that promise just because maybe Obama did it illegally or wrongly. You know, don't punish them.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's not their fucking fault. You know, you already
Right.
got them this far into things. You might as well finish it off.
Right. That's exactly what I think. So, hey, listen, maybe we need to reform that because it never should have been there anyway. But, you know, do it the right way. We'll see what happens. Maybe that's why they denied it, but maybe they could eventually get rid of it if they voted on it with those type of terms that I came up with. Kids under 16 aren't shams. I know some good people who had no say in coming here but are doing good work. Well, Jaff94, you're missing what I said. I didn't say they're a sham. I'm saying that the idea that it was enacted as a program could be a sham. It sounds like Obama did something maybe that he shouldn't have been able to do. That's what I'm saying could be a sham. But the people, this is a program that helps people, and I think it's a good program. I like the idea of the whole thing. I guess I just don't like if it was just put in there. But has Trump done anything like that too, where he's put stuff in there that should have gone through a Supreme Court? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe there's stuff he's done that shouldn't be, you know, you could tell me maybe. If kids are here illegally, I don't want to boot out kids who are here illegally. I don't want to do that.
No, like he even said in the comment, like they didn't have any say. You know?
I don't. If a kid doesn't have any say and they get here and they're here, you know, I'm sorry. Like, welcome to America. Like, I'm just.
Yeah, you look at that as an opportunity. Like, you can. I mean, if they're gonna do something good for, like you said, good for the community, good for the country, why not? Then fucking have them. Why not?
Right.
Shit.
Yeah, as long as, like I said, as long as it's fair, and it's not, they're not going to get around it with some kind of goofiness. You know, we don't want that. But, you know, definitely don't want to. You know, I'm down with, you know, I don't want anybody to be kicked out of the country, though, that thought they were going to live here. Trump isn't a saint, and Obama isn't one. Yeah, they're both. Yeah, neither one of them are good. Yeah, absolutely. One's better at seeming more political, though. At seeming more presidential. Yeah. Nobody should have been kicked out like that. Even
do a
if
little
you hate
basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
My problem with the ruling is not for deporting kids, but the program is set up so that kids can be here when they are adults. They should apply as adults.
They should apply as adults. Yeah, the end part of that, I get you there, James Mesner. It's a good point. James Mesner, man, thank you for the $10, guys. Thank you for the support over here on the Shame on News channel. We are getting a little more political over here on this channel. Let me see this.
With the two most like non-political people ever.
Yeah, that's what makes it interesting. We don't know what the hell we're saying. It's perfect. Yeah. Jaff94 says, before the 60s, we didn't have under God in the Pledge of Allegiance. Conservatives invaded our Constitution. Doesn't the Constitution have God in it?
Fuck if I know.
I mean, I know it says keep God out of government, though. It's like all about like don't
put the universe in. That'll work.
Yeah, don't. How about one nation under love? Let's change it to one nation under love, or one nation all in love, or all about love. Although we're not, so that would be a lie. But we could change it to one nation with love. How about that? One nation with love, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, one nation with love, liberty, and justice for all. There you go. Boom. I fixed it for us.
All right.
Hey, I've never been a God person either. I think you should take it out too. One nation with love.
Well, because it's too confusing. Too many people don't understand what God is, and too many people think they do. It's like, just get it out of there. Just get it out of
there. One nation under money and love. One nation with love and money. Liberty with love, money, liberty, and justice for all. There you go. Get rid of God. Boom. You know, I got to tell you something. This is a very strange thing to say, but I'm going to say something that's kind of weird. I am not a God person, right? I don't really like religion. I don't want to hate anybody for theirs at all. I don't hate anybody for their religion. I'm not a God person. I'm sort of a agnostic atheist, but not atheist. I'm more agnostic. But what I do notice is that when you are devoid of a God or good religion, I mean good religion, community religion and stuff like that, when you lose that, I don't know why, but things start to really break down. Like, and I think that that's because the people are lost and they don't know what to believe in, or they know that there's nothing, and so they're kind of lost completely, or they're kind of like, F it, who cares? But the God people are a little controlled in a way by the idea of something happening to them at the end of their life, or thinking that there's something more. Yeah, like I've noticed this. So like, even though like I want to get rid of the God stuff too, I'm worried that some of the most angry people that want to get rid of the God stuff and religion stuff, some of those people are some of the angriest people ever, and they're like really mad, and it's really weird.
Well, some of the people that believe in God and all are pretty fucked up too. Are pretty angry.
Yeah, well, you're right. I mean, some of the religious people rape a bunch of kids and say that God told them.
I mean, I don't know if this gives any clarity, but it's interesting. It's like what cancer is, right? Cancer cells, tumors. That is basically everlasting life, and it's like you only have one or two ways that you'll die, even if you live to be 200. One of which is tumors, cancer, because that's the body's way of living forever, eternity, eternal life. And so it's kind of interesting. It makes you think about the whole God thing. It's just like, well, then that's just, we're already in it. We're already in heaven. We're already in hell. We're already in the whole thing. Nothing, you know. There's something
to be said about order and the idea of like, say the pledge, do this, and like, and it was way worse back in the day. Like, people used to be way more regimented in our country, and I thought we had more order, but now it just seems like there's way like less of that everywhere, and the chaos is just happening. Everybody's really revolting against everything. Yeah. And it seems like I just can't help but notice that I don't like the religious stuff, because I feel like a lot of the meanest people, like towards gays and blacks and stuff, have been these Christians and religious people. But something about when you take God out, when you take God away from the people, or you try to take it away, or you try to fight it, I don't know, man. Something about it, it gets weird.
No, I think you're right. You're right. No, because people already have it in their heads, even though it's a belief. People already have it in their heads that this is the way it is, whatever it is they believe, right? And then once you take that out, it's like you said, they're lost.
But then again, more people have been killed because of God than anything. So at the same time, it's like, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just everybody is a mess. Maybe that's the only answer, is just people are messed up.
Well, we want to know that there's something bigger than us, and there is, but it's still you. Like, that's what people don't understand. There's like a higher self, a lower self. There's, if quantum physics will tell you, you're happening in like 6 different dimensions right now, 6 different timelines, or however many. And
who knows how many? They're wondering up to 19 or something the other day. I heard they said.
Yeah, so it's
Who know? I mean, who the hell knows? We don't know a damn thing, but.
No, well, yeah.
Something's
as soon as you figure it out, that's one thing I've learned with life is once you figure something out, it changes. It's so that you can't quite put your finger on it.
Yeah.
It's just one of those weird things. But no, you're right. That's a good point though about the God thing, that like you take that out, and as much harm as it might cause while it's there, when you take it away, it kind of causes a lot of chaos.
It's funny, the new video game, the new developer for Diablo, or no, the new community manager for Diablo, he said something about the Karens, and he said, I actually responded to him. He said, Orange County Karens are going to lose it. I love it, because they said, breaking news, California is going to force people to wear the coverings. And I thought a good point. I love this guy, by the way, because this guy's the new community manager for Diablo, and now he comes to my stream sometimes. So I can't say enough how he's been really wonderful. This Adam Fletcher guy, he's been doing a lot of stuff. So I follow him, and I'm like, he says, breaking news, California is to wear face mask covering in public high-risk settings, including when shopping. And he said, I love it. Karens are going to go insane. And I said below that, I said, but you could have a Karen tell you to wear one or tell you not to wear one, so it could go either way. And he goes, A-okay with a Karen telling me to wear a mask. And I said, I agree, but I've seen the Karen telling guys at a park to wear them. It didn't end well for her. And he said, yep, they exist on both sides, but as long as people point it out within the rules, I think it's justified. But you know what? I've seen Karens pointing things out by the rules. You know,
it's ma'am, damn it.
Yeah, and there's still, yeah, and of course that's a white guy.
It is ma'am.
It is ma'am. What's your name? How about the guy when he was going to kill Ben Shapiro? And he's like, well, what do your chromosomes look like? Excuse me, you do that again, I'll break your arm. Or whatever. I was like, what the hell? It's very, very strange world. We used to have Karens on the guy's side. It's called that guy. Oh, okay. Don't be that guy. You're right. Don't be that guy.
Don't be a Jeff.
I feel bad, man. You know, I feel, don't be a Jeff, yeah. Don't be a, like, I mean, what a, you know, Shaniqua was the old one for the big black woman. Like, Shaniqua's attacking. Now white women got the white women got the Karen. She's like usually a redhead for some reason, which I feel bad because my daughter's a pale-skinned redhead, you know, so that's too bad, you know. So it doesn't.
Kick Karen's ass though.
Yeah, Brenna would beat up Karen.
Yeah.
You know, but with all this sort of stuff that's going on, it's just like when somebody will share a video of, like, somebody on the right will share only videos of black people being violent. What you're doing is you're building with your audience that, oh my God, these people are dangerous and violent. And what you're seeing is a lot of the black left-wing people are just sharing only like videos of white people being bad or mean or Karens. And so now you're creating this anger and resentment in those black communities to white people even more. So you're seeing white communities showing only the black assaults and the fights and the things. The black community showing only the cops killing people and the racism, and the white people saying this and that. So you're really, no matter what side anybody's on anywhere, wherever in the country, what you're not realizing is this country is boiling right now over. It's going to boil over. Like, this is really dangerous. Like, people don't even understand how dangerous.
There's no objective view. Everybody's got a fucking agenda.
Yeah, there's a nice girl that I used to know, or that I know. She's an Asian girl, a really nice girl. And all she posts every day is, like, stuff about white people. Every day, constantly. Like, every hour. Another thing about a white guy this, a white guy that. And every time I see her post, I go, you know, I know, I literally know that they've done the same thing with black people. And I've literally seen the same thing in the other way. And then she posted, like, look at this. Like, they arrest a guy who, you know, killed 20 people, and they arrest them all carefully and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I've seen them do that with every race.
Here we go.
It doesn't matter. Like, I've seen it do it with everybody.
Here we go.
I think she's struggling with her goose guilt.
Maybe.
No.
Oh, I think he's a group.
If any of you vote Joe Biden, you deserve what you get.
James Mesner, thank you for the $5, James. If anybody votes for Joe Biden, you deserve what you get. Well, we'll see.
Oh, wow.
We'll see what he brings.
Jeez.
Well, this is what they're trying to definitely get him elected, because they're trying to scare the hell out of everybody that, oh my God, we got to get Trump out of here. This is getting scary. I've heard in the future people in a small town in the middle of the desert around 6 p.m. gather in the middle of the town and pray to the statue of Joe Cronin, and they spread their semen as a gift.
Nice.
All the answers you need, Joe, are in the Bible. There's a lot of things in the Bible that are kind of amazing. It's pretty amazing. I read the book.
There's definitely truth in the fucking thing, but you got to read between a bunch of bullshit.
Enlightened centrist? Is that what I am? Are you calling me an enlightened centrist? Ricky D697.
Have a name.
Yeah. Oh my God. All these British wrestlers are getting outed. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about as far as wrestling goes tonight on Out of Nowhere on Joe Cronin channel, because there's a lot of craziness going down in England right now. I've seen people that don't believe in the end trapped in eternal hell, and I hear their screams, "You will see one day."
Oh my God! What are we reading from Revelations here?
Yeah, we're going into Revelations here. Yeah, a lot of things can change. We'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, I think we've reached our time here to get out of here. I appreciate everybody being here. I thought it was a good place to talk. Whether you agree, you know, you may disagree with everything I've said or some things, and you may agree, you know, I may agree. We all may disagree, but I think it's a fun thing to come on here and talk, and whatever. And maybe you can help me. Like, I do this a lot to learn. Like, I don't come on here. Sometimes I've heard people think, oh, you know, Joe thinks he knows everything. He's an idiot. that's not true at all. I don't know a damn thing. That's why I'm on here asking these questions. Like, I think I know some things, but I don't know a lot of things. So I'm here to tell you what I think, and then I'm also here to learn things. And I can learn a whole lot. Like, I actually have, like, a superpower. I'm able to get the feedback from about, who knows, like 80 people were watching at one point. I'm able to get the feedback of 80 people instantly.
Yep.
That can set me right or give me an alternate perspective in the chat, in the donations, immediately. Not a lot of other people have that option. I'm very happy to have that. It's a fucking superpower.
No, that's the way I've gotten through life. Even I can hear two strangers talking, and I'll get something out of it. It's people I don't even know.
No doubt about it, man.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing. It's just, it's great. You have feedback, and then that's you being open to things. You're not closed off to people talking about stuff. I mean, that's...
Yeah, no way, man.
You will bring up everything, even if you and I have no fucking clue about what it is. We'll bring it up.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of you know, and I don't like you said, I've never been that favorable with religion, but I really care about the Christians out there that are nice, and they're religious and they're good people. You know, I don't like the bad versions of those people, but that doesn't mean everybody's bad. That's why, like, nobody is all bad in all these groups, and we've said it a million times for years. It's so important to remember that. One of the worst things, like, you know, when I was younger, I'd just be like, oh, you know, all religion needs to whatever, and you know, it's not quite like that. Or like everybody always says that about these different groups on Facebook. And I'm like, man, this is dangerous when you think the whole group needs to whatever. I mean, that's...
Crucify the Christians.
That's what Germany did.
I'm about to get it, man.
Germany did that
about
shit.
To get it, man. Here we go.
Here comes a donation.
Here we go. Oh, no.
Make sure to mention the tweets I sent you and Jake on Out of Nowhere shows how hypocritical David Starr is.
Oh, thank you, James Mesner. I will do that, sir. Yeah, I haven't even read all this stuff yet. I got to go and look at what the hell is going on in England, or what with this rape stuff.
I thought that said Dustin Starr at first. I was going to have to warm up.
Breaking news: Denver DA concludes cop justified in killing of William somebody. Body cam video released. I don't know what's up with that, but some kind of body cam was released. Let's go through some of this real quick. See if anything. Is there anything new? James, thanks,
I'm trying
man.
to figure out which body cam is this from again?
I don't even know this one. I'd have to come back and look. I don't know about this Denver shooting. I'll have to come back at that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Officer charged in Brooks' death speaks out. Oh, wow. The cop actually speaks out? Is that serious? I want to hear that. Oh, yeah, he does speak out. Wow.
That you are being hit with the assault charge because you stood on Mr. Brooks's shoulder while he lay dying.
By the way, this cop was super nice to him, like the whole time. This cop is not the cop that shot him. This cop was super nice to him, and the problem is, I can tell this cop is like a nice guy. Like, he was talking to him all nice and like, okay, all right, whatever. I mean, now stood on somebody after they died. You know, I don't know, man. Like, this guy just seemed like kind of like a wimpy cop. Like, all right, okay. And then the other cop came, and then all that stuff happened. This guy got punched in the face. So I don't know, man. So let's see what he sounds like. He sounded pretty... Everybody agreed that the one cop that shot him, they were mad at him, but this guy was just kind of there. Like, I don't know what...
If you look at the video, as
the lawyer's like, I'll take care of this part.
Officer Brosnan approaches, and Officer Rolfe is already there. He doesn't even know that Mr. Brooks has been shot at first. He doesn't even realize that first. Devin, and he goes up there and he's trying to figure out, is this scene secure? Is it safe? He knows that his taser has been taken from him. You can't see any blood at that point, to be overly graphic here. So he puts his foot, and he told the DA this. He puts his foot, he thought, on his hand or on his arm to make sure he couldn't get a weapon because he didn't know what the situation was. So literally for a matter of seconds, he puts his foot on his arm to make sure he can't grab a weapon. Then he realizes what's going on. He can see his taser is off to the side because it's got a flashlight on it, and he can see the taser. So he gets up, and Officer Brosnan goes and gets the taser, puts it in his holster. Other officers are now arriving within 50 seconds, and Officer Rolfe runs and
do a
gets his
little
first
basketball
aid kit.
dance off the concrete.
Oh, my bad.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
I'm a Christian, but I also like to hear other people's perceptivities as well. I'm not closed-minded. I do agree that there are some crazy Christians out there.
Amari, thanks for the donation, man. Yeah, man, of course. Like, 80% of all the Christians I ever met are great. You know, most of the Muslims I always met were great, too. Amari, thank you, bro. I mean, I was supposed to be a Christian, you know what I mean? If my dad hadn't died when I was 8, maybe I would be a Christian. You never know, man. You know, Amari, thank you so much for the donation, man. And yeah, man, we love you, man. It's all good, you know? I think we should keep God and stuff separate from the government things. That's me, but I definitely don't want to take away, you know, people's faith. Why would you take away people's faith if they're happy with it and they know what they're doing? So yeah, I definitely, you know, support that of you. Let me try to get this video back up, man. Amari, thank you so much, man. I forgot the donations weren't paused. My bad. It's all good.
Standing on his shoulders. This description by the DA is completely belied by the video if you look at it. It's all on video. It's all on video. And the district attorney just kind of exaggerates this and makes it look like some terrible event where he's standing on his shoulders. It is preposterous, and it is not true. And all you got to do is look at the video. And it'll show that he didn't do anything like that.
So there's video of that?
And they charge him with aggravated assault for that?
Yeah, so we're going to have to find that video.
Yeah, because he's saying it's all on video. I mean, that's the one scenario we didn't bring up is like maybe he's standing on his arm or whatever, trying to get the weapon.
Yeah, that's what you would do. You'd probably grab his thing. I mean, I'd probably grab his arms and jump on his back and put his arms behind his back, but, you know.
Saying it's 2 minutes, and
he's wrong.
as somebody
is fucking, like, attacking him.
He's wrong.
He's wrong. Look at the video.
It took less time to call. It took less time to call.
Look at the videotape. There's a videotape.
Why does keep?
There's a videotape that shows with a timestamp.
What was your impression? What was your impression of Mr. Brooks before the scuffle, before before shots were fired, before he took a taser, before there was a physical interaction?
So from my initial encounter with him, I felt he was friendly. He was respectful. You know, I was respectful to him. You know, and I felt like, you know, he seemed like someone who potentially needed my help. And I was really just there to see what I could do for him, make sure that he was safe.
And this cop was really nice to him. Like, he was. It's on video. It's literally on the video. This cop is like, hey, man, you okay? And what's been up? And, okay, well, you know, and then he calls the other cop or superior officer or whatever you want to say. I'm so shocked that this guy's in trouble for anything. But
did you put any consideration into allowing him to walk home to his sister's house? I mean, you had the guy's car, you had his car keys, you knew his name, you presumably saw his license. I mean, you could follow up. Was there any consideration given to allowing him to go home and then pursuing him later?
Like I said earlier in my statement, until I speak with the GBI and other investigators, I think that is questions that they need to get the answer to before I say anything.
Hello, YouTubers. If you're watching this.
But yeah,
so they cut it out right at that particular moment, huh?
I think he's cutting that off because, like, again, they're trained to do this. They're not trained to say, "Hey, just go home." You know, like that's not.
No, but I like that she asked that because you even brought that up earlier. Like that, if you were a cop, you might have fucking, you know, helped him get home or whatever.
Yeah. If I was allowed to, and if I was a cop, I mean, if I was a cop and I was supposed to just arrest people, like and stuff, like I'd be like, I'm not being a cop. But if I was a cop and I was allowed to do things like that, yeah, I would have been like, you know what, bro? Let's just get you home, dude. How about that? You know, but that's
maybe
me.
Give him a nut tap and be like, "Don't hit kids, fucker."
Yeah, because that might come up too when they search his background. To be honest, they search his background, they'll probably see he has abused kids. So that may make the cops also be like, "You kind of suck. Let's investigate this a little more." Virginia man arrested for holding bikers at gunpoint for trespassing.
All right, then. What the fuck?
Virginia man arrested. I mean, did he break the law? I mean, I think you can, not that it's good, but you could shoot trespassers, right?
I mean,
I wouldn't. I mean, I'd just be like, hey, what are you guys doing on my lawn, you know?
I mean, if they came right up to his fucking house, I mean, I kind of get it, but it depends if they're, like, on the road, if they're, you know.
Oh God, this world has gone nuts.
I think if they come in your house, I think that's where like you have more leniency to shoot people. But I mean, even if they're in your yard, I don't think you can in most places.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think Texas or something, or somewhere like maybe.
Yeah, Texas for sure. Like, you can even drag him in the house in Texas. See.
Well, here's a good story with cops involved in it. Breaking 911. Palmdale, California deputy saves 11-month-old baby who stopped breathing. Jesus. So here's a good police story. We're saving a
20 years from now, that baby will be killed by another cop.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Jesus. Well, there's the baby. Look, a white cop. How come this article doesn't say white cop saves black baby?
Yeah.
That's what all the other...
It doesn't feed the agenda. It doesn't feed the hate agenda.
Yep, and the cop's white.
No,
so.
no, you know what they'll say, Joe? They'll say, "Oh, they're doing this to take down the heat." You know,
Yeah,
that's the only reason he did that.
Yeah, they're
he
showing
didn't
the
care.
cops saving the black baby. That poor little I've seen these videos before where something like this happens, and it's like terrifying. Or maybe the sheriff is. Oh, is the kid okay already? Oh, 11-month-old baby who stopped breathing during BLM protest. Jesus.
God.
It's a sign from God. How awful would that be if just ever seeing a kid like... I mean, my kids have choked. One of my kids, Gavin choked when he was younger. It was very scary. He'd start turning a different color. And I popped...
Just seeing anybody who can't breathe, especially if you're close to them, it's the scariest fucking thing.
Unless you're...
Their eyes, like,
unless
they
you're
open up wide, and it's like, oh my
unless
God.
you're the Minnesota Police Department.
Oh, well.
For them, it's like...
He wasn't looking. He was looking at the camera.
Yeah. Well, somebody was like, make sure you stare at the camera so we get your white face. Because that's part of how we trigger this.
Stare at it for 8 fucking minutes. So the kid's all right, though.
I love it. The cops just walk away. Like, that's it. I was like, all right, that's it.
Yeah, they're like, get the fuck out of here.
I'd have been hugging the
cop.
cop.
This turned bad.
Oh, my God. I'd have been hugging the cop to death. I'd have been freaking out over that, man. That cop. I would have molested the cop after he saved my kid. They probably did, maybe after. It's just that's terrifying. Thank God the baby's all right. It's new.
Oh,
it's new during a BLM protest.
Baby's probably choking on tear gas.
Yeah, oh, no, choking on a rubber bullet.
Well, you said it was at a fucking protest.
Yeah, it was.
I was sitting there going, like, what made him start? It's like, well, maybe it's fucking tear gas.
And in California, yeah.
Oh, Palmdale. It's probably just the air. Never mind.
A second escaped prisoner from Rikers Island in New York City has been located in the water. That's people swimming out of the prisons now, too. What is going on?
They dig out with like a sharpened toothbrush. Next thing you know.
Dude, Rikers Island. Oh, look at this one. Here's a winner right here. This is a great one. You'll love this one. Tommy will love this one. Florida man says he sent photos of his penis to 10-year-old girl to be nice.
Oh, my God.
To be nice. He wanted to be nice to the 10-year-old girl.
I hate to know his version of what being mean would be. Jesus Christ.
Being mean is whatever God did to his rosacea skin.
So I'm guessing for him, it's like, I was being nice. If I wanted to be mean, I would have raped her.
Yeah, I could have raped her. I didn't do that.
I mean, I've never heard no shit like that. Like, I've heard people have said shit like, like, I didn't know they were 10, whatever. It's like, no, man, I knew, but I was just trying to be nice.
Now there's unibrow, and then there's like rising brow. This guy is.
Dude, he really does need something for that skin. That is one fucked up thing.
This guy looks like the evil version of Stifler from American Pie.
Oh my God!
The evil version of him. How weird is that?
Jesus Christ!
Oh, here! Wait a minute. We found the new Aunt Jemima. It's Aunt Pelosi. Right there. Boom.
Yeah, she'd work on there. Yeah.
She orders removal of portraits of ex-House speakers who served in the Confederacy. Oh, God, these people are sad. I mean, like, I agree that I don't like the old Confederate leaders. That's stupid. But, like, the virtue signaling by white people is out of control. Like, she got the scarf on. That means she likes pussy. She has the, you know, the rainbow bracelet. Obviously, we know what that's about. It's all just pandering. This, oh, God, can you imagine the things that this lady probably says in her private home about people? She's probably nuts.
God.
Man killed after going to aid sister in a fight. That's crazy. North Korea.
He's all like, go ahead.
No, North Korea just dispatched soldiers to empty guard posts inside the demilitarized zone. So they're getting ready for some craziness.
Yeah. Dude, are all these posts like race related or what? Or are they all just fucking crazy shit?
I don't know, man. It's no. Some of it's just crazy shit. It's not even race related.
I mean, I know the 10-year-old one wasn't. Except I don't know what fucking race that one dude was. Pizza face race. I don't know.
I'm trying to find this Virginia biker story because this guy had the gun. Oh, they got video of it. So we do have video of this. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, this guy's mad. These guys are trespassing. Like, let's take a look at this video and. All right, so we found the video. We've been looking for this video, but we found it. There actually is a video. This is the guy that pulled the AR-15 on black bikers. And of course, see, they made it race. There's no white cop saves black baby, but
yeah,
this
dude.
guy,
When you first said that, when you first said this, I thought it was gonna be like people on, choppers and shit.
Yeah.
Like some Hell's Angels or something. No, black bikers.
Well, I don't know what happened. Let's see what happens.
Okay. So how do you know we don't live here? Okay. How do you know we don't live here? How?
How?
Like I'm fucking with you?
How? I'm not.
Yeah, because we've been residents of this area.
He goes, "You think I'm fucking with you?" And they go, "We've been residents of this area." And he's like, "Huh? Well, are they trespassing or not? Like, I mean, they either are or they aren't. Like, so they're saying we're from here. What do you mean you're from here? So there's one or two things. Either they're trespassing or they're not. Even if they're up the street. Is this the guy's property? If it's the guy's property, then he wins this argument. If this is not the guy's property, they're not on the guy's property, then they win. It's really simple. I mean, what are they arguing about?
Yeah. And I love that there's like 3 things in this title that are all going to get hit. White, AR-15, and black.
Yeah. If I put that in my title, my video would be suppressed.
Where this is.
Yep.
I used to live down the street. So why are you pointing a gun at us?
Call the police.
He said, "I used to live down the street."
Call the police now.
Oh.
I mean, you can't tell if this guy's walking off his property if they're in the middle of nowhere.
Well, they look like they're in the middle of a street. They look like they're on the side of a street, and this looks like it's the turn down a long driveway into maybe somebody's property. But
they're not actually.
You know what this reminds me of is like, this reminds me of when we jumped out of a boat. We're in the lake in Florida. And in Florida, all the fences are the same kind of. The last 3 feet of somebody's property is fenced off to keep the gators out. And so we jumped up onto someone's property to catch a lizard, and we caught the lizard. And as we were getting back into the boat, a guy came out raging to get off his property. He's a taxpayer, and he wouldn't take any shit. And he would fuck us up and all these things. And we're like, "Oh, sorry, man. We were just, we were in a boat. We were trying to catch this lizard, and it just climbed up there." And he goes, "I don't give a shit." And he was flipping out. And we were like, "All right." And we, like, paddled away. We toilet papered the shit out of his house later. But the point is, like, if I see some kids in my backyard and I look and they're on a canoe, and I see them trying to, grab a lizard and put it in the boat, and they're just, you're like, "Oh, that's some kids are fucking around playing in the..." I'm not going to go out there and yell at them or, like, come out with a gun and be like, "What are you fucking doing?" If you start, so, like, I don't know. But if they're on his property, then they're on his property, and that they can't be on the property. Now, am I going to come out with a gun and be like, "Get the fuck out off my property"? I might come out with a gun and be like, "Hey, I didn't know what was going on. I thought maybe you were damaging my property. My bad. What's up?" And then they're like, "Nah, man, we're just riding around, whatever. We didn't even know, whatever. Not a big deal." I would have been like, "Oh, okay, guys. All right, well, cool, man. Later. It's all good, man. See you." That's all I would have done. you know, but this guy's like, get the fuck off my property. Have people been destroying this guy's property? Have people been taking things, bashing his mailbox, doing something? I don't know. We're going to have to find out all this backstory about why this is happening and whose property are they really on. That's what I need to know. Whose fucking property? Can you hear the sound, by the way?
No.
No. All right. Well, I'll just play it, and hopefully you'll hear it after. I'll tell you what he said. I'll tell you what he said.
For calling the cops?
Cool.
They said they're going to call the cops, and the guy's like, you're going to shoot me for calling the cops? He goes, call them. Call them right now. Call the cops. You know it's bad when some black guys want to call the cops.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Telling me he's brandishing a firearm, pointing it directly at us.
I don't know. I ain't trying to get this man get trigger happy.
I mean,
keep your hands up.
You'll go to jail. You'll go to jail for.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Shoot somebody. Go ahead. Shoot somebody.
You'll definitely go to jail for shooting me.
Oh, you'll do real time.
You'll definitely go to jail for shooting me. I'm a federal officer. You'll definitely go to jail for shooting me.
You in a private drive.
You'll definitely go to jail.
Actually, the private property sign is all the way up your driveway.
Where do you live?
Just so you know, sir.
You heard what I said.
Your private property sign is right up there.
Did you hear what I said?
This is a private drive.
That's private property sign right up there.
When you came in this.
I didn't see a sign.
There was no sign.
I didn't see no signs.
There was no sign.
Evidently, you didn't look hard enough.
Evidently, you didn't look hard enough, boy.
Wait, why does he keep swinging around to like the other side with his gun?
When the other guy starts talking, he points the gun at him. It's an intimidation thing. Well, it's also that he's trying to listen to whoever's talking, but he's also not taking his hands off the trigger.
Yeah.
This is a very aggressively defensive move here, I think. But I don't know, man. So they're saying they didn't see a sign that said this part was private property. They said your private property sign's way up over near your driveway or whatever. We didn't see a private property sign. One guy says he's a federal officer, actually. And the other guy's like, yeah, you know, you're going to be in trouble if you shoot somebody. And he's like, I don't care. Evidently, you didn't look hard enough, is what he said. He goes, evidently, you didn't look hard enough. It's kind of weird.
I definitely did.
Hey, Josh, what road are we on?
For real.
Wheeling Way Park Club. This is Wheeling. Wheeling Way Park Club.
Wheeling Ridge. Parked my bike over here to take a break real quick. Got a white guy out here pointing the gun at 4 black men. Look at this. All we're doing is standing here, pointing this gun right at us.
I'm definitely.
Oh shit! So there's a bunch of people. There.
This is so he goes, got white guy pointing the gun at 4 black guys, blah blah blah. But this is the type of paranoia that the country is creating right now. This is exactly what I'm telling you about. You have got the people on heightened. They're seeing like black people and white people and people just destroying shit everywhere. Now they're getting freaked out, and the Black Lives Matter, and we're gonna come for you, and all these other things that people are saying everywhere. People are freaked the hell out. I mean, I'm not like this. I'm not like this guy, so I don't understand this. Like, I get protecting yourself and having a weapon. I'd probably have one too, yeah. Especially if it was in a rural area like this. But you know, I wouldn't be the type of guy that's like, I'm gonna. And maybe, you know, people get robbed all the time like this. A couple guys on bikes in a car, and they break in, they do something crazy. I understand where the idea of what the hell's going on is coming from this guy's head, but you know, I can't do it, man. I know that it may sound stupid to people, but I'd rather die at some point than live my life like I'm gonna fucking make sure everybody, you know, I'd have a gun, I might have my weapon with me, and I'd be like, oh, there's been some stuff that's gone on, so I didn't know what was going on here, so I was whatever. But oh, I'm sorry guys, I didn't know you were just cruising around and stuff. My bad. What's up? How's the day? Like, how's everything going? Like, how are you guys doing? Cool. Like, all right, like those are sweet bikes. Like,
no, yeah. So you're like you. As soon as you realize there's no bad happening, nothing, you know, not doing anything wrong, you just kind of forget about it.
Yeah, you're like, oh, whatever. I got my gun on me if I needed it, but you know, I'm just gonna talk to people like they're fucking humans and be like, oh, and then I might say, oh, guys, man, I don't know if you guys know, but there's a sign up there. This is private property. This whole thing's private property. I don't want anybody to get hurt, so just like. You know what I mean? Like, you know, no one's supposed to kind of be in this area, you know, to be honest. So I just, you know, I've had people do this or that before, so whatever. And they might be like, oh, shit, like, we didn't know. We didn't even see a sign, or we didn't know anything, like, whatever. And he'd be like, yeah, the sign's up near whatever. But, yeah, it's all good. I just wanted to see what was going on or whatever. You know, it's cool if you take a break and whatever. It's all good. But, you know, you should be careful in some areas out here with that. You know, you never know. People get broken into, and then they see people, you know, whatever. And then they'd be like, okay, man, all right, well, whatever, man, no, we're all good. All right, cool. That's basically how a normal, I don't know, maybe it started that way for all I know. I don't know. But instead,
yeah, that's the other thing. When this starts off, he's already pointing the gun at him, right?
We don't know how it maybe evolved or whatever. I don't know. Because, like, and I'm not saying it happened here. I'm saying it sounds like, whatever. But you don't know if these guys were there and then this guy came out and said, hey, what's up, guys? This is private property. And then they were like, yeah, well, I live near here. Oh, okay, cool, but it's private property, so just wanted to let you know. And then they could have been like, yo, fuck you. And then he could have pulled out his gun and been like, oh, yeah, well, I have a weapon, so you should get off my property. And they're like, whoa, like, dude, well, you going to shoot one of us? Because and then it could turn into that. You don't know how it started and turned out, but.
Exactly. And he's not filming it. He's busy doing his thing. They're filming it. So you don't know, like, that's a good point, because you don't know what they were saying before that.
If anything, the reason why I wouldn't want to engage somebody like this either is because I'd be worried they're going to come back later or they're going to do something else to me sometime, because they're going to be like, you know what, fuck that guy, I mean, maybe they stay away forever, but.
It's better to just treat people like human beings. You might get the same thing back.
Exactly, yeah. And then be worried, if you get these people showing up on your front fucking lawn or coming down your driveway and it looks weird, yeah, you're pulling out a gun probably.
Whole different matter. Yeah, whole different deal.
3 dudes on bikes and a guy in a car, and they get out of their cars.
Maybe that's
weird.
What he's worried about. I don't know, because doesn't it look like it's about to be like dark over there?
Yeah, I mean he is worried about that. I mean, I know it. He is, but you can see how people would mistake this area and just think like, oh, this is just riding around, But if someone pulls up on your driveway, like you didn't invite anybody over, you didn't call anybody, and you're a black guy or you're a white guy, whatever. If you're a black guy, if you're a black guy in your home, and 3 motorcycles roll up, white guys on motorcycles, and a dude in a car, and they all roll up and they get out of their cars. And you have nothing scheduled, no friends coming over, you don't recognize them, and they're white, and you have more black friends than white friends, you're going to be like, whoa, like, what's going down here? Like, you're going to think something's wrong. Like, it's just natural. You're going to think something's wrong. Probably if you have a weapon, you're going to pull it out, and you're going to be like, hey, what's up? Like, out your window. Like, what do you guys doing? What's up? You got the wrong house, I think. Or you're going to come out shooting. If somebody might actually come out shooting.
It's a street. So, no. When I lived over there, it was like if somebody pulled up in front of my house, it's like I'd be like, "What the fuck?" And then I'd look, and then I'd be like, "Oh, they're just smoking a bowl. All right, that's cool." Like,
yeah,
like they just thought it was a nice spot to stop and have a quick whatever, and then they're gone.
But you could have you could have came out of your house and been like, you guys need to get, what are you guys doing? Get out of here. And then they could have been like, oh yeah, fuck you. And then they could get out of their car, and next thing you know, they're beating the shit out of you and robbing your house. And you would have been better off just like ignoring it or watching them or whatever. I don't know. Let's continue here. Let's see what else they say here in this video.
Racism is not alive in the United States.
The guy, now they're being sarcastic with him. They're like, racism is not alive in the United States.
Jeez.
Well, and see, it's
imagine all these guys are friends and they all just filmed this just to get on.
But see, here's my problem with that statement with these guys is, even though this guy's a prick, I've had this happen to me from white guys. White guys have done this to me. People that own their property will defend it or will call you out if you're on their property.
Yeah.
They'll do it. I know that you're not like that maybe, and I'm not like that, but if you get some dude on your property, like, they will call you out. I've been yelled at by people. I've been chased by white people, and I'm a white person, so it's not even the racism thing. It's just the idea of people get crazy about their property. Obviously, it's their property.
Yeah, especially if they've experienced stuff before, possibly.
Right. Somebody broke in before, took stuff, broke things. Maybe somebody's mother got raped. You don't know.
Oh yeah, you on a private drive, bud.
No, I'm not.
It's not private. It's not private.
You can call the police on us.
Go back out there in the road, bud. I guess someone knocked the sign down there.
I can't tell. Is this guy wearing shoes or no?
He keeps saying to them like, well, you're on private property, man. You guys are on private property. That's what I'm telling you. And they're like, well, maybe somebody knocked the sign down. See, at this point, I know this guy's protecting his property and he thinks he's doing the right thing, and I get it. Maybe he is doing the right thing, but at this point, I put the gun down and be like, listen, guys, I've had bad stuff go on here before. You seem like you're actually good guys. Maybe I'm jumping the gun here. I'm sorry. But, we're good, man. I'm good. Just, you didn't know, fine. But you got to get out of here, And they'd probably be like, cool, we're out of here. Maybe Maybe. I wonder what they do. I don't know. We'll find out.
You've just been waiting all day to shoot some black people or something, right?
Had a couple too many beers, buddy.
Yeah, for like you came out here pointing at
They said, you've been waiting all day to shoot some black people, and he goes, yeah, whatever.
You could have literally just asked us to leave. You could have just asked us to go,
So I
bro.
mean, they're not doing any better by making shit up, making jokes like that. I mean,
Well,
you know.
yeah. I mean, what are they gonna think, though? You know. I mean, but then I don't know.
Threaten your life.
But you pointed a gun.
You're pointing a gun at us that is probably loaded. That you can accidentally pull a trigger and seriously injure one of us. You can seriously injure one of us with a loaded weapon, and you're pointing a weapon at us.
I'm glad they are.
He said they're like, you could hurt us with that weapon. You could really seriously injure us. And he goes, the cops are coming, buddy. That's what he said.
Cool. Y'all on private property.
Y'all on private property.
Wait, so who called the cops? Him or them?
By the way, here's the other thing. Well, I think they all did. Sounds like. But here's the thing. I do have to tell you guys this. When somebody announces, I'm telling you now, you're on private property. When someone says that to you, it's time to go. I'm just telling you what I've always done. The minute someone was like, you're on private property, I was on a guy's property and he came at us with a shotgun. And when he got near us, he goes, you're on private property, right? And he said it like that. And we're like, oh, no, man. He's like, the line's over there. Like, there was a line. There was a fucking thing. And I was like, oh, okay. He goes, yeah, you get over there. And we're like, okay. And I turned around and walked away and got out of there. Because he's right. We're on private property. Is he a dickhead? Yeah. But, for all I know, maybe kids are destroying all his crops and shit. So I was like, oh, shit. All right, I'm out of here. Now, it would have been nice if after I immediately left his property and walked away and said, hey, man, my bad, I won't cross it again, all right? He goes, damn right you won't. Now, that's kind of a dickhead thing. Like, he could have been like, no problem, guys, just, I'm trying to protect my stuff, and I've had problems, so just, keep in mind of where that area is, And I'd been like, okay, man, you got it. And he might have been like, all right. And then he might have thought, man, I'm kind of being a little ridiculous. But he's protecting his stuff, so he has the right to it, so you should leave. So
I don't know if this even matters, but maybe location. Like, where was that?
New Hampshire.
Okay.
Guy had a lot of crops get busted. Kids would go into his the backyard and they would bust like his fucking turnips and shit.
Oh, okay. So he had reason to think, hey, you guys fucking around?
I didn't know that though. I had no idea. I just thought I was in my back area, and next thing you know, I'm getting a guy with shotguns coming over to us. So he's thinking, here's the cocksuckers who break all my stuff. And we're thinking we're just exploring the woods, so you got to really be careful and look at someone else's perspective. And if you try to speak to everybody like humans, I think people will be better to you. Like if you sort of realize maybe I am on, are we on private property? You can say that. You can be like, sir, I apologize. We didn't know we were on private property. We wouldn't have come up here if it was. We didn't see a sign. Maybe the sign's down or something. I don't know. We apologize. Maybe the guy would have, backed down from some of that talk. But it doesn't matter how he talks to you, good or nice or whatever. You're on private property and he's got a weapon. It's time to go. That I would have left if I was me. I would have been like, all right, fuck, I'm out of here. But he wants to engage with a gun, so he's aggressively engaging with a gun to get people off his property. They are kind of also making the situation continue by saying we're not on private property and standing there and not leaving. Like, none of them are leaving. I would have left. Maybe I would have left and called the cops afterwards, but I would have at least taken myself out of the position. I've been like, all right, sir, you're right, man. Let's get out of here, guys. And then when I got down the street, I'd call the police and be like, yo, this guy just pulled a gun on us. Like, we were driving through here and he pulled a gun on us. And then maybe the cops would come and investigate, and maybe they'd shoot you actually, but but no, maybe they'd come and investigate and find out what's really going on and find out if it really is property or not. And you got the videotape, or whatever. I keep calling things videotapes, and there's no videotape anymore.
We'll get arrested.
All right, let me hear the rest of this.
Okay.
What's this address? Give me your address, and we'll private.
Wayland Ridge, the end of Wayland Ridge.
I'm sorry, I don't really know the address, but we were just taking a stroll out, and we stopped kind of like at a cul-de-sac, and this Caucasian male walked out with a gun. Looks like an assault.
Oh, Caucasian male. You're not allowed to call people black anymore if you call 911, but you can call white people Caucasian males. By the way, when you say that there's a black guy doing something, that's descriptive. You're supposed to be able to say that, America. And when a white guy's doing something, you're supposed to be able to say a white guy too, because it tells you
it's like saying they're wearing a fucking red shirt or something.
Yeah.
You have to give them a description. I mean,
but let me give you the if you're black, you can say that. But if you're white now, you can't say there's a black man. Don't lead with that. Say there's a man attacking me, and then when they ask you questions, say, well, he's a black man, since you're asking me.
Jesus.
I mean, really, I mean, that's how you got to do it.
He's Oprah-ish. You know?
And then eventually you won't be able to describe people when they do things.
Gray shirt, black shorts,
well,
hat.
like cops. When the cops actually get there, be like, well, we just showed up. We can't really do anything anymore. You know how it is.
Yeah. I think he just motioned with his gun and said, get out of here.
Y'all get.
Okay. Pointed at them too if they black. They trespassing too, right?
Someone in the chat said they came for his daughters.
Oh, I bet they are.
We told him we're leaving, and he's
we told him we're leaving, but he's pointing a gun at us. Just leave.
Yeah,
like
like.
But this is what's going on here is a macho man thing. You're getting a macho man thing. You're getting a get off my property, and then they're saying like, you can't be pointing that gun at us, you know. And so everyone's taking this sort of macho stance, and it's like, what the hell's going on?
Wheeling Ridge.
You're trespassing.
No, you're right, and it's funny because
Sir, can I
to
have
not
the
take
address
that
so I can
stance,
give it
you
to
have to.
the
It's like you said, they treat each other like a human being, and you can't be all macho about it and do that. It's got to be one or the other.
Now the man is asking, can you tell me your address so I can tell the cop at least, because I'm on the phone with the cop.
Look at the mailbox.
Really trespassing
there's a mailbox right there.
Oh,
5510?
5510 Wheeling Ridge. You can stop pointing the gun. Like, we're unarmed. You're pointing a gun at us. I'm on the phone with the cops, and you're still pointing a gun.
I don't know what you got.
I don't know what you got. He goes, you can stop pointing the gun at us. We are unarmed, and we're on the phone with the cops. And the guy goes, I don't know what you got. What is this? This guy actually reminds me of Tex. Where's Tex at? Tex would love this video.
Dude, I swear to God, I was thinking the same. Like, I wish he was here to.
Yeah.
He's got a story or two or some insight on this.
He's exactly like this guy. Like, I don't know what you got.
He calls in Friday. You got to pull this up for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wheeling Way. 5510 Wheeling Way.
WED86, thanks for subbing, man. What's up? Calling the cops?
Sure.
We used to live here. I know that's the whole reason I even know this neighborhood.
He goes, we used to live here. That's the reason why I know this whole neighborhood.
We was residents of this area.
You're not anymore, bro.
He goes, we were residents of this area, so that's the reason why I know this area. He goes,
can you imagine the guy's like, you want to die here?
Oh my God, that would have been better. You know what he's... You want to die here? Oh my God, that would have been gold. You know what he said? Oh, I forget what he said now.
We were residents of this area.
You're not anymore, bro.
He goes, we was residents of this area. He goes, you're not anymore, brother.
That's almost just.
It's almost as good, but it's actually not bad because what you said would have been scary if he said that. Like, you want to die here?
But I mean, you gotta love it though. Well, you ain't no more.
Believe it or not, though, this guy's actually more patient than the cops are. So, like, you know, like this is what, these guys would be dead if it was a cop.
Okay.
You're trespassing.
That has nothing to do with being trespassing on your property. This is not your property. This is a cul-de-sac.
Tell them we're all the way.
He's trying to say, like, this isn't your property. This is a cul-de-sac. So this is not your property. This is a cul-de-sac. Hey, sweetheart. I love you.
You're trespassing.
I'm coming up in a minute.
Drive, bro.
Your driveway starts right there.
No, don't. When you come off that road, it's a private drive.
But it's not yours.
So what about all the other?
But
it's not yours.
Chiming in, fucking the black guy's
Yeah,
right.
he's trying to explain. He's pointing the gun. He's like, it starts over there. My property starts over there. Not over here. It starts over there. He's pointing the gun to show him. And they're kind of arguing about where his property is.
But it's not yours.
Pulling in, is that them coming in? Are they trespassing then? Okay.
Yeah, Yeah, this is definitely spontaneous. This is definitely spontaneous. Oh, you don't even know where
He just itched his back leg with one of his, like a dog.
The kid, one of the guys goes, yeah, this is definitely this address. This is definitely this area. And then the guy with the gun went, oh, you don't even know where you at, motherfucker.
Oh, you don't even know where you at, motherfucker. I just said it's definitely spontaneous.
Yes, sir. You can relax. All right, y'all better relax. Y'all gonna get locked up.
I'm surprised this video didn't go till the cops got there.
He goes, y'all gonna get locked up, is what he said.
Okay. All right, let's go.
All right, they're gonna go now. Oh wait, one of the guys is white. Is that guy white?
Oh, that's with the guy with the bikers.
Yeah, there's a white guy with them. It's not just the black guys.
So he's just okay.
The article
all
says
right.
white man pulls
Jesus
AR-15
Christ.
on black bikers. This guy's a white guy.
Fucking clickbait.
That's a white guy.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid. So basically,
White
the dude
Virginia
just,
man pulls AR-15 on black bikers in his neighborhood. This is a white guy. So
yeah,
this,
it should say man pulls gun on bikers.
yeah. See how you're being manipulated to hate white people and white people hate black people? It's so bullshit. The whole
Dude, I'm
media
glad
is,
they spun
wow.
the camera around and you caught that, because otherwise they've just been showing him over the bikes, and it's
right. And I saw the black guys earlier too, so I did see them. So like, wow. So there's a white guy too. That's fucking weird. What a weird fucking society we live in. But anyway, Virginia man arrested for holding bikers at gunpoint for trespassing.
Oh shit.
5 individuals were waiting for law enforcement. Blah 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 blah. It was there. They were confronted. Wait a minute. The men stated they did not see the sign when entering the subdivision and drove to the area of 5500 block and Wayland Way. Now we all know where the guy lives. It was there they this guy's gonna have to move. It was there they were confronted by a man who was later identified as Dennis Lee Berry, and now he's been doxxed by everybody. While standing on his property, began pointing an AR-15 at the subject, stating that they were trespassing. Yes, we saw all of this. I saw all this too. Okay, Dennis was subsequently arrested for brandishing a firearm. He was taken to the magistrate's office, where he was released on a $5,000 unsecured bond. So he got out of jail with $5,000, cost him $5,000. The rifle was seized as evidence in the case. The guy lost his rifle. Now he can't defend his property.
Jesus. And it's funny because he was the one telling them, you're going to get locked up.
Yeah, he got locked up. Good
Dude, you have
God.
to pay the whole $5,000, or it was $500? I don't know what unsecured bail means.
I don't know. I don't either. I guess
usually you got to pay 10%, but I'm sure
Yeah.
it depends.
I don't know what that means. Wow. The white knight in the group? Yeah, it could have been the white knight in the group. Okay, now we're really leaving. It was fun to go over a few more stories before we got out of here. Lots of fun. I guess it comes down to if it was private property, then I don't see what he did wrong, and I feel like he's going to sue somebody.
Brandishing a weapon anyway. I mean, I get that.
The intimidation.
Well, just brandishing a weapon. Like, I mean, I don't think you're really allowed to, even if someone comes on your property, depending on where it is, obviously, but most places you can't just pull a gun on people and start, or even whether you're shooting them or not. You know, they have to actually go to do you harm, I think. And like over here anyway, you can't just do that shit.
Yeah, but it's like, how long do you wait? If like pretend they pulled up to his front door, like we were talking about earlier, and they started surrounding the house.
I guess it depends too on like if it's in the middle of the night, what the fuck are they doing there, right? Like you probably get a little more leniency. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, based on this video, it's clear that like, you know, and based on what he says too, like if he was saying, I saw you guys on my property yesterday and you were fucking with my window and then you ran when the dog barked and now you're here. You know, that'd be different. You'd be like, okay, I see where he's coming from. But this was just straight up weird. But yeah, if people come on your property, you can point a gun at people if they come on your property. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can be like, hey man, don't come near don't get in my house. Don't come in my house.
Yeah, except I don't know how far this guy was from his actual property.
It's pretty. He was like about 100 yards.
Yeah, that I can see why they did the brandishing a weapon. Then I mean, if you're standing outside your front door with it, that's another matter. I would think that's something different.
Right.
But I mean,
yeah.
Hey, you know, pull a gun on that. Why nobody pulls guns on Jehovah's Witnesses anymore? What's wrong with fucking? It's all
I know
about race.
they're the most. They should be targeted. You would think they're the easiest. They're going door to door, left and right. Anyway, thanks to everybody who donated during the stream. during Shame on News. Thank you all. And I will see you tonight for Out of Nowhere. If you're a wrestling fan on Joe Cronin Show, hit me up on Twitter at JCS Commentary. Check out my Patreon, guys, if you can support the Patreon. We got lots of podcasts up on there and stuff coming this week and stuff that went up a few days ago. Blah, blah, blah. And goodbye. Goodbye, Jesse.
Toodles.
Toodles. Love you. All right, love you, brother. Talk to you later. Later, everybody. Oh, yeah.